This is insane. Taehyung's hair transformation in Hooligan leaves ARMY unable to blink. Hello ARMY. Welcome back to BTS Fans channel. This time, I want you to sink even deeper. Deeper than before. Not just seeing for a moment. Not just feeling on the surface. But truly stepping inside. Every little detail. That maybe you've been missing all along. Imagine this. A normal night. You open your phone. Scroll slowly, without any real purpose. And suddenly, one visual appears. No sound. No warning. But in 1 second, everything changes. Your finger stops. Your breathing slows. And your eyes can't look away. Because right there, it's Taehyung. Sitting quietly. With an expression that's hard to read. And one thing that instantly steals your attention. His hairstyle. Taehyung's hair in Hooligan. Falls naturally, completely loose. Not stiff. Not overly styled. As if he didn't even try to arrange it. Strand by strand drapes softly. Following the lines of his face. Slightly covering his forehead. Lightly brushing against his eyes. Creating a subtle shadow. That makes his gaze feel even deeper. Some parts look a little messy. But that's exactly where the charm lies. Messy, yet controlled. Effortless, yet full of character. And without realizing it, you start looking longer. Longer than you should. Because the more you watch, the more you feel. This isn't just a hairstyle. It's part of a story. The way his hair moves. When he slightly turns his head. The way a few strands fall lower. When he tilts down. It all feels like a scene from a film. Like a fragment. From a coming-of-age story. Where the main character doesn't need many lines. Because every visual detail already speaks the emotion. And in that moment, Taehyung isn't just an idol. He feels like a character. Someone standing between youth and adulthood. Calm, but holding so much inside. And that loose, flowing hair becomes a symbol of it all. Unrestricted. Not too polished. Not trying to be perfect. And because of that, it feels incredibly honest. ARMY immediately noticed the change. Timelines started flooding with reactions. This feels so different. Why does it feel deeper? I can't stop staring at his hair. Some even said, it feels like he's not performing. He's living inside a story. And maybe that's true. Because what makes this moment feel insane isn't just the visual beauty. It's the atmosphere he creates. The light falling gently onto his loose hair, creating a soft effect. As if every strand has its own role. There's a subtle shine that makes his hair look alive. Not just a style, but an expression. And when the camera catches certain angles, his hair moves slightly, following a barely there breeze. So soft, so subtle, but enough to make everything feel real. In some moments, Taehyung looks like a high school student, sitting alone, in a neat uniform, but with his hair left naturally loose. As if he doesn't really care about how he looks. Yet that's exactly what makes him so captivating. His gaze feels empty, but full at the same time. Like someone thinking far away about something that can't be explained. And the strands falling around his face become a thin curtain, separating him from the outside world. Mysterious, but not cold. Close, yet still out of reach. And that's when ARMY begins to feel something has changed. Not a loud, dramatic transformation, but a subtle shift that feels even stronger. Taehyung isn't trying to be the center of attention. He doesn't make big movements. He doesn't force expressions. He simply exists. And yet, the world keeps watching him. Because sometimes, silence can be louder than any sound. And that loose, flowing hairstyle becomes part of that silence. Something that doesn't shout, but is still heard. Something that doesn't force, but pulls all the attention in. The way each strand moves, softly following the rhythm of even the smallest motion, creates a feeling that's almost unreal. Like time itself, slowing down just to stay with him a little longer. And without realizing it, ARMY truly doesn't blink. Not because they have to, but because they don't want to miss a single second of that moment. Every tiny change, every subtle movement, feels important, as if blinking would mean losing something that can never be repeated again. Even the smallest tilt of his head, or the quiet shift in his eyes, feels like a story on its own. And maybe that's Taehyung's true power. He doesn't create big moments in loud ways. He does it through small things that slowly, but surely, sink into your feelings. One hairstyle, one expression, one quiet moment. But the impact can make an entire fandom pause and stay there just a little longer than they expected. So now, try to imagine seeing him again. Pay attention to his loose, flowing hair. The way it falls so naturally. The way it frames Taehyung's face, without looking forced. And how all of it blends perfectly with the atmosphere. How even the silence around him feels intentional. Maybe you'll realize something. That what makes this special isn't just because it's Taehyung, but because it's Taehyung being completely himself. Unfiltered, unforced, unapologetically real. And in a world full of manufactured perfection, that kind of authenticity feels incredibly rare, incredibly honest, and impossible to forget. A moment that doesn't try to stay, but somehow lingers anyway. See you in the next video, ARMY.